Good morning. Thought I'll try something else and try to chat with you a little bit as I eat my morning eggs. So I wanted to talk about love. Love. About a year ago, I read this book called The Five Love Languages. I read it because I was struggling in my relationship. I was in a pretty crappy spot and really felt like if I don't do something drastic soon, everything collapses. Well, it collapsed eventually, but I had to put an effort in, and so I bought some books. I bought like 4 or 5 books or something about relationships. Looked it up a little bit. So the first book I read was The Five Love Languages, and out of all of them is the most impactful one I've read so far. The general premise is different people show love differently, give and receive love differently in different forms and languages. And so if you find someone who doesn't speak your language, there's a good chance that you're going to get into some confrontations. One person is going to be constantly thirsty and hungry for a certain kind of love, while simultaneously maybe be even criticized for the kind of love they give or don't give. I'll give you an example. If my love language is acts of service, I make omelets for people and I try to teach them stuff, and I and I make the bed for them, and I organize their workstation for them so that when they come back home they can just instantly jump into. You see what I mean? So if I do acts of service and these little kind of gestures, but my partner is looking for quality time, right? What she wants is for us to spend time together, literally just exist at the same at the same place willingly together. Something I don't really understand. We can get into this weird place where I don't feel like I'm getting what I'm asking for. Nobody's making me food, even though that's the thing I'm asking for the most. I can get offended when something's not happening. I got triggered once. This is all real examples, right? I got triggered once. One of my first pretty big triggers was because I served us both soup, and then she took a spoon for herself and didn't think of giving me a spoon. It's so fucking dumb, but I got so triggered because that's the thing I'm doing, right? I'll be, picking the exact kind of spoon that she likes, and we'll place it in a place. And then she didn't even think of a spoon. What the fuck is this? Obviously, you don't love me. And at the same time, I try to love her as much as I can, but it's not enough because what she's looking for is a different thing. She wants me to spend time with her while I want to make her food and then go play video games. Problem, right? Now you can read this book in multiple different ways. I feel like what most people get from this is they understand that there's 5 different types, 5 different languages, which are acts of service, that's one I have, quality time, like we said, there's gift giving, so gifts, physical touch, and words of affirmation, right? You're pretty, you're nice, you're pretty, you're nice, what the fuck? Look at how pretty you are, look at how talented you are, I love spending time with you, just verbally saying things, positive things, right? 5 different languages, and they have different, different kind of subcategories within them, but generally there's 5 of those. Most people that read this book or hear about the concept, what I think they get from this is like this: oh great, I can go and learn about myself. Let's go find some approval, confirmation for what I am and what I need and what it's kind of like astrology. They kind of instantly go and think, okay, oh, here, this is what I am, and they go learn about that. That's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I am. I think that kind of beats the point. What I got from the book, more than the languages themselves, is the understanding that different people love differently. And that kind of, I feel like it goes without saying, but for me it was the opposite. It was not me. I know me. I know acts of service. I know the way I love people. I don't know the rest of them. I don't know the other ones. And so reading this book suddenly made me see much more of the love that people are trying to give me, if that makes some sense. Suddenly, if someone wants to sit with me for no reason, we don't even speak of anything, but they just want to sit next to me, that kind of warms my heart because I think, okay, maybe that's their language. Suddenly when someone tells me something positive and gives me a compliment, even if it's a compliment I think is mundane and boring, I forget to eat my eggs. That's a problem. See, this is a little bit of quality time. I'm eating and staring into your face. Don't you feel loved? What I want you to take from this is this. Don't think of it as I can understand myself better, but think of this as I can understand everyone else better. Don't think of it as in this is my language and now I can carry it proudly and tell everyone what I need. Rather, look at what they give you, see that it lands somewhere in there, and then, look, you can now suddenly you experience love much more. So you might still need to tell people what it is exactly that you're asking for, what it is exactly that makes you happy, but it does two extra things. It makes you see love where you didn't see love beforehand, and that's beautiful, right? If people can do small, normal, mundane, daily things, but you perceive them as acts of love, isn't that beautiful, right? Second thing is, if you get criticized maybe, or if the things you do, right? If you spend time with someone, if you tell them something nice, if you make them an omelette and they don't, I don't know, thank you or like run around in circles joyfully, you can now assume that it's not you or your fault or something you did, rather maybe they speak a different kind of love language. So essentially what I'm saying is, fuck the exact languages. Go read the book because it's great and it's gonna widen your horizons. It's a really nice book, but forget about the specific kinds of languages. Understand deeply that different people show, share, receive, give love in different forms and manners. And if you really deeply understand that, then suddenly almost everything is an act of love. Suddenly even someone, getting pissed at you could be an act of love if it's someone that cares about you. Giving you criticism, right? Suddenly someone making you coffee is not just someone making you coffee anymore, but it's someone like me doing an act of service. And it's not something I would do for someone I don't care for, and it's something I would actively do on a daily basis for someone I absolutely love, right? It's a nice book, nice concept. Go read it. Eat more eggs. Eat more cheese. Learn from the best. Just so you know, I have more eggs in this plate than love languages existing. You do the calculation. Thanks for showing up. No. Thanks for stopping by.